Alright, we are recording. I have added something to the game, and I did this while I realized that there was a glitch in the dialogue system that essentially crippled the whole dialogue system and crippled the whole game along with it. So as part of fixing that, and wouldn't you know it, it was my first upload to Game Jolt that it happened. But while I was in the process of fixing that, I decided to add something small to the game. So one of the things that I've added is a system that makes it easier to tell one dialogue command apart from another one. Another thing that I've added is the ability to lock and unlock playable characters. I'll go to dialogue and scripting, and let's see. As you can see, there's one menu for each of the playable characters. There's unlock and lock. Each command has a small colored outline around it. This is the one for locking, this is the one for unlocking. Actually, why don't I just add another one? It says unlock both Twilight. And I'll just give it magenta here. Click show, add two commands to it. And as you can see, there's now 4 new commands here. If playable character in party, if playable character not in party. Let's see, unlock playable character. And there are actually a couple of controls here. First off, there's which character you're unlocking, and this shows a list of all the playable characters. I've got the main 6 here, and then I've got the main 6 in rain outfits since I happen to have animations for those. Let's start with Twilight here. And then there's these 2 jump to dialogue commands nested inside the unlock playable character command. These are essentially catching errors. So if this would overfill or empty out the party, then you jump to the capacity dialog, and I'll show you the capacity dialog here if I can find it back. Okay, capacity. That would empty out the party. At least one playable character must be available. Yeah, basically it's the same for whether the playable characters would be an empty list if you locked that one, and it's also the same if it would overfill it. So, I don't know, maybe I should have done it differently there. The other one is if the character is already in the party or it's otherwise impossible, then let's see, where did I put impossible? Right there. This one says, sorry, but they're already locked, unlocked. So I've got one command to unlock Twilight, another one unlock playable character. Unlock Twilight Rain. Again, if it would empty or overfill the party, go to capacity. If the character is already in place or it's otherwise impossible, jump to impossible. And of course, unless I actually add this to one of the dialogue branches, it won't work. So I'll say unlock both Twilights. No requirement, always show this option. Ooh, before I forget, there's now a new type of requirement. You can check to see whether the character is in the party, or you can check an event flag. This one will only show up if Applejack is in the party. You can also say, only show it if the character is not in the party. Click OK. If you want to change the requirements for each of these dialogue options, you just click on this. Right here. Oh, and of course, have to actually jump to the correct dialogue here. Unlock both Twilight. I'll click OK. Click OK here. Before I save it, I want to jump to playable characters, this playable characters tab here. See how much time I've got. Okay, I'm doing pretty good. Before I made these changes, there were pretty much only 2 colors that you could have for a playable character's background. Blue meant the playable character was complete, and brown meant it was incomplete. And I have since added a third color, this creamy yellow color. Essentially it means this playable character is complete, but by default they're locked. So here I have the different rain outfits for them. I decided to go with this one for Rainbow Dash instead of the pink poncho thing, because this just looks a little bit more iconic at this point after all the fan art that there's been. And there's Pinky in her stealth rubber suit and her umbrella hat. Apparently she doesn't care if her tail gets soaking wet. Rarity's outfit from the start of Season 2. Twilight inspired by G1. Applejack's camo poncho. Fluttershy. This was from one of the G3 toys, I think. And I used different keys for each of them. The new number keys, which yes you can use, and the G key. Anyways, I'll save this as char test 13. And I probably should have had a game open. So, oh well. Alright, we are recording again. We start out with just Twilight. Let's see what happens when... Okay. Let's see, Twilight Sparkle. Unlock both Twilights. I think that's only supposed to happen if Applejack's already in the party. Sorry, but they're already locked unlocked. That's because the original Twilight Sparkle is there. I'm going to unlock Applejack, switch to Applejack, lock Twilight, and then, unless I really screwed up, which I did, okay. What did I do wrong here? Let's edit Big Mac. Run, hamsters, run. It's got a lot to load when you load up a behavior like this. Okay. Twilight menu. Okay, show if Applejack is not in the party. Alright, in that case I shall find a different one. Rainbow Dash. Unlock Rainbow Dash. Alright, that didn't make any sense. I've got some bugs to work out here. Let's see what happens when I unlock Rarity. There she is. Applejack, lock Applejack, lock Twilight. Then I try Twilight's menu and it says unlock both Twilights. That's strange. I hit 5 and Twilight is not appearing. Alright, well obviously I've got some fixing to do here. Let's see. Lock Raincoat, Rainbow Dash. Okay, no idea what the deal is here. Alright, we are recording, and it turned out that that issue with not unlocking Rainbow Dash, that was human error. That was human error in the setup. So if I edit Big Mac here for his one behavior, let's see, Rainbow Dash unlock. As you can see, the unlock playable character command was marked as Twilight, not as Rainbow Dash. That was pretty much the entirety of the problem. I've gone through the rest of these to check them and they were fine. So, save this. Char test 14. No need to pack this. Again, packing is when you're taking it from one computer to another. So, load up. Char test 14 here. So, there we go. Rainbow Dash, unlock Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash. And at this point I have set things up so that so that you can use the number keys in order to switch to a given pony. Let's see. Applejack. Unlock Raincoat Applejack. There she is. Rarity. Unlock Rarity. Unlock regular Applejack. As you can see, we are getting quite a few characters here. Let's see. Unlock Raincoat Twilight. Unlock Pinky. At this point, we have filled it up here. So if I try to unlock one more character, it'll say that would empty the party. At least one playable character must be available. Basically, I have the same output for when basically I have the same control for a dialog to jump to when the party is full or when it would empty the party out. Let me start emptying the party out here. Applejack, lock Raincoat Applejack. That automatically kicks you to whatever the first character is. Lock Twilight. Lock Raincoat Rainbow Dash. Lock Raincoat Twilight. Lock Rainbow Dash. Lock Rarity, and if you tell it to lock Pinkie Pie at this point, it'll say that would empty out the party. So as you can see, there's ways to lock and unlock playable characters now, and one of the reasons why I want that is because I would like a prologue to the adventure mode where you're in Ponyville, you're playing as Twilight and Rarity, and you're rounding up the rest of the main 6. That would allow you to explore Ponyville and to see what the effects of the storm are on Ponyville. But for now, that's the lock and unlock commands. I don't know, I might add some enhancements to it to give you more options for what to jump to. Maybe have one dialogue that says this would empty the party out, another one that says the party's already full. Yeah, probably that'll be one of the enhancements that I make down the road, but the next enhancement that I really want to make is adding emotions to the dialogue system. So, yeah, hopefully that's what I'll be able to do next.